Welcome back to Gateway Peugeot's YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking at one of our very own used cars, the Peugeot 508 GT line Fastback. Now this car in particular has a full dealership history, it's only ever had 2 owners, so it's a great example of what a mint condition one would look like. Now as we move over to the front grille, you can see that Peugeot have gone really bold with this one. I think the first thing that catches everyone's eyes are these full LED lights. You've got the claw mark which goes down the front bumper, and these are also self-leveling headlights. Moving over to the front, the grille is fairly simple on this one. You've got the chrome and black contrast between the two, but I think when you pair this with the ultimate red, which is the colour that this model in particular is in, it creates a great contrast between the two, as well as having the black wheels and the black grille, the black diffuser on the back. It creates a great contrast with everything, and it really makes it pop out. Now, as you can see here, Peugeot have gave this model the GT line designated badges. Now, if you were to go for the GT model, you'd have the GT badge. This is the GT line one, so that's what it gets. Now, over at the back, you can see that Peugeot have tinted the rear lights, as well as giving it this glossy black plastic between the two. This gives it a great unity, connects it all together, and really brings the back of the car together. As well as that, you've got the glossy back rear diffuser with the single chrome tip exhaust. Once again, just gives it that sporty look and sporty feel. Now let's have a look at boot space. Now as you can see, we've got tons of room back here. With the seats up, you've got 487 litres of space, and with the seats down, you've got 1,587 litres of room to use. You've also got a 12-volt socket in the back as well as coat hangers in the 2 rear seats. As we move over to the interior, you can see that Peugeot have designed things slightly different in the 508 compared to the other Peugeot models. We've still got the smaller, sportier steering wheel, which really gives you the sportier feel, which is really what this car's all about, so I think this does make a big difference in this model in particular. As well as that, we've got the big 10-inch touchscreen over here. Now this is where your Apple CarPlay, your Android Auto, your Bluetooth, phone calls, text messages, you name it, it'll all be found over here. And just underneath that, we've got our selection of buttons. Now Peugeot have done this just so when you're driving, if you're in traffic or you're on the motorway, you're not having to play around with the screen. You just click a button and it'll take you straight where you need to be. For example, if I click the music button, it'll take me straight to the radio. Or if I'd like to demist the windows, just down here I click a button and it does that for me straight away. Peugeot have still maintained the digital instrument panel, which is found on almost all Peugeot models of a high spec over the past few years. This is fully customizable, as mentioned in other videos. Just once again gives the driver a sense of control, and if you do want to have that sportier feel, put the dials on and you've got that sporty sense, which is what this car's all about. Moving over to the gearbox, you've got a 6-speed automatic. Now the M button at the bottom is for manual, so that's just beyond the steering wheel, located are some paddles. So if you'd like to change gears yourself manually, you can do that. I'd recommend just leaving it in drive and let the car do its own thing. Just in front of the gear stick, we've got the drive mode selector. Now what this will do is let us select between sport, normal, comfort and eco. Obviously this is based on how you'd like to drive. Now it does make a big difference if you were to put this in sport compared to eco or normal. You really can feel the extra power being used. Now this model in particular does have the heated seats as well. This can be found right next to the screen demister. Once again, very simple to use, just tap it a few times and it'll come on like it does in any other car. As well as that, in and around the car, we've got tons of compartment space. As you can see there, we've got a 12-volt socket as well as some extra room. If you'd like to place your phone or your keys or whatnot, you can put them all in there and tuck them away so it's nice and sleek. And just underneath the armrest as well, we've got tons of room down there for any sort of essentials or snacks. Now flowing through the interior, we've got this carbon fibre effect. Now this is really high quality. If you rub your hands along it or push it down, it doesn't squeak or crack, and when you're driving it doesn't make any noises either. Once again, just gives you that premium feel as you're driving a premium car. Now as you can see here, we've got this half leather effect on the seats. These seats really do squeeze you in the car, and you can customise the bolsters, so based on your size you can customise how the seat fits you. Once again, giving you that high luxury feel, and they are actually very comfortable. Now with regards to power, this car has a 1.6 litre petrol engine which has 180 brake horsepower, so it definitely isn't lacking in that department. It's an extremely smooth drive, it deals with bumps really well even though it is fairly low to the ground, and it does have 18-inch wheels. Overall I think it's a great all-rounder. I think the automatic gearbox is also really smooth as well, makes every gear change right when it needs to, and obviously that enhances the car's miles per gallon as well.
If you are interested in this car, please call 01270 587711 and ask for Callum at Gateway Peugeot and Crew. We've still got it for sale in our used stock as well as many other options, so make sure to give us a ring.